Hey Rebel Rouser, I'm Alan Voivod and this is Star Wars 7x7, your daily dose of Star Wars joy, and thank you so much for joining me for it. And thank you especially to the patrons who help make this possible every single day for you with their support at patreon.com/SW7x7. And that includes Bert. Shout out to Bert, who just became a patron of the podcast just a couple of days ago. Bert, thank you so much for that vote of confidence. I really appreciate it. All right, we're going to talk about some Star Wars news that broke yesterday and also Star Wars news that didn't break. They'll start there. The earnings call from Disney, their Q2 webcast, that sort of thing. Sometimes there's Star Wars news, sometimes there's not. They reinforced the idea of cutting down the amount of content that they're producing, and they put specific emphasis on Marvel in terms of movies and TV shows, but they didn't reference Star Wars, and yet Iger has talked about that in relation to Star Wars, so you imagine that the thinking in that regard probably applies in the same way, except that Marvel's output has been spectacularly higher by comparison. So yeah, I mean, it's not like you can really scale back too much further on Star Wars stuff. There's usual talk about trying to get to double-digit margins in profitability for the streaming service for Disney+, but I guess they lost subscribers in the previous quarter, and so the stock took a hit, and now they're talking more aggressively about password crackdown. So yeah, just be aware that's coming. I guess they're going to be in limited trials over the summer, and then by September they expect to really crack down on it, and they said they're looking at Netflix as the model of that situation. So yeah, that ain't great. They also talked about cruises and having a lot of growth opportunity there, and how the highest guest experience scores in the company are coming from cruises. And yeah, I had heard that the highest guest experience scores were coming out of Galactic Star Cruiser. So yeah, I guess probably nothing's going to live up to that. But yeah, that was a tough sell overall. So the Star Wars news that's actually happened has not been coming from Disney. It's been coming from creators. So for a start, Patty Jenkins, you know her. She's doing the Rogue Squadron movie that was announced back at the Investor Day in December of 2020. She just did an interview where she was talking about Wonder Woman 3 being canceled because of whatever's happening over at DC. And she said that Rogue Squadron had been basically kind of on the back burner, but when she found out that Wonder Woman 3 was being canceled, and this was right before the writer's strike last year, she and Lucasfilm got together and hashed out a deal of some kind. And so now that the strike has been over for a while, she is actively working on a script for Rogue Squadron again. And the other bit of Star Wars news involves a question that we've had on our minds for quite a long time. When are we going to see Skeleton Crew? Well, John Watts is at this event called CCXP. It is a Comic-Con style event in Mexico. And in an interview with Collider there, he said that you can expect to see Skeleton Crew around Christmas time, so late December for a debut. And that is about in line with what we've been guesstimating for the situation. So it sounds like they will get it out the door in 2024, kind of like what happened with the Book of Boba Fett, where it debuted in late December and then ran for the first month or two of the following year. And Watts also revealed that they brought Phil Tippett out of retirement and an unknown ILM matte painter. So they're using some classic old school effects technology. Phil Tippett is a legend in the stop motion filmmaking techniques. He's the guy who kind of pioneered the movement of the Jar characters, like the little hologram characters for the chessboard in A New Hope, and then for the Imperial Walkers in The Empire Strikes Back. He was involved with Jurassic Park. Like, yeah, amazing stuff. And so to know that he's a part of the fun, that's pretty exciting. It's unfortunate that he didn't name who the ILM matte painter was that they got out of retirement, but I'm sure that will come to us eventually. So yeah, that's the big news. Didn't come from Disney, came from the mouths of Patty Jenkins and John Watts about Rogue Squadron and Skeleton Crew, and that's what I've got for you on today's episode of the podcast. If you enjoy the show, please help more people find out that this daily dose of Star Wars joy exists for them. You can do it just by telling people, tell them on the street, tell them on social media, or you can tell the algorithms by hitting like, subscribe, follow, join, leaving a rating or review. Any of those things will help. And you can even support the creation and production of this daily dose of Star Wars joy. Every little bit helps. And learn more about that at patreon.com/SW7x7. It just remains for me to say thank you so much for joining me for this episode as always. And may the Force be with you wherever in the world you may be.
7x7 is not endorsed or sponsored yet by Lucasfilm Limited, Disney, or 20th Century Fox, and is intended for entertainment and information purposes only. Star Wars, the Star Wars logo, all names and pictures of Star Wars characters, vehicles, and any other Star Wars related items are registered trademarks and/or copyrights of Lucasfilm Limited, or their respective trademark and copyright holders. May the Force be with them. All original content is copyrighted by Star Wars 7x7. We hope you love it.